to set us up in the sewing room, but like, don't go in there.
Explosions everywhere. It's the middle of con season, so it's like if it doesn't look like a hurricane hit it, I know you're not doing your job.
Yeah. No.
So yeah. And by the way, we're rolling, but I love to get preamble like that.
Wait, I need to just make sure everything's good to go here.
Okay.
I
Alright, there's fabric everywhere.
Multitasking.
But like,
Are those panties? Yeah, they are.
It's a swimsuit.
Yep.
Oh, I was just like, oh,
Very
I'm
good,
so
very
glad
good.
you're ready for this.
Very
I'm
good.
ready.
Very good. Somebody
Ooh,
get
I
a
can't
pic-
hear what
Somebody
I
get a
do.
picture of that. I have low battery. Thank you.
My phone's all
Thank
the way
you.
over there.
All right. Well, Gina is taking
hold
the
on.
most.
Oh, come on, camera. There we go.
Okay, we got this. We got this.
Kawaii.
All right.
Pencil, pencil.
All right. That was glorious, and I'm glad that was recorded.
That's how you start a show.
That is exactly right. So, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Otaku Crypt podcast. I am your host, Joshy T, and since I've got 3 guests with me, I'll let everybody else introduce themselves. Start to my left.
I'm Jordan, also known as GreNoir Cosplay.
She was a last minute addition, but I'm glad you're here. Fresh perspective is always nice. And continuing clockwise.
I am Gina G of Red Ribbon Cosplay.
She made the adorable face, perfect for audio format.
I know. I'm great at this.
Right? It's good. It's good. I've interviewed you before. I know you're gonna go off on a tear. So actually, was going through here. I'm like, Gina's here. I better delete these things on the car. Like, we need room. We need room.
Oops.
Like, is there a place to get batteries? This might go a while.
We might be here till tomorrow.
And directly in front of me.
I am that third wheel right now to the cosplay bicycle at the moment.
Whatever.
I'm Chelsea V of Ailes Noir's cosplay photography.
That is right. And so we've commandeered Gina's apartment, and we got like a nice echo going on. I actually kind of dig it.
It's the cosplay cave.
It's a cave.
It is a cosplay cave. Like, I live in a crypt. It's different. I don't have echoes. I just have spider webs and exposed beams. That's why it's the Otaku Crypt. So, a nice echoey cosplay cave is like keeping with theme almost.
There's not enough fabric in here, clearly, because you can hear echoes.
No, as you're wearing your costume.
My
things
pantsuit.
on your head. So, yeah, it is the middle of con season right now. It's so June 16th today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're smack in the middle of con season. How many have we all gone to so far collectively? Like,
One.
you're at one to stay in?
Yeah, I got sick for Niagara Falls Comic Con.
Oh, and Gina,
I think I've been to everything except Colossal Con so far.
Yeah. What's the state? I'm counting Canadian.
Okay, it's then pretty much everything.
Yeah. So the AN Niagara Falls Comic Con.
And we've got Con Bravo coming up,
Yep.
Unplugged Expo,
Yep.
and I think there's a little thing going on in Niagara Falls too, because they're opening a geek-themed restaurant.
Yes, they
I
are.
saw
Yes.
one of-
Themed.
Not a con, but I mean,
No.
it's gonna be like a cosplay party.
It's next
Yeah.
weekend, I
Yes.
believe.
Miss Jennifer Hacksaw Jenny was the one who posted that, and I saw that. So, which is weird because I thought she lives out west.
She does.
She's just way in the loop apparently.
I think everybody just knows everybody, and that's
It's
how
true.
we're.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
So like, even though she's like in Vancouver, she's somehow keeping us all in the loop.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't realize we were getting on to topic of all the cons we were going to this summer. Oh, geez, okay.
Like I said, it is out of control. This
I like to
year.
drag these kids with me. If I'm going down, you're going with me.
Yep, and I'm hopefully going to Montreal for Otakon, which will be like the first time I've gone out of the province for a convention.
Oh, I'm so
but
jealous.
Hold on, correction. Otaku-thon.
Otaku-thon, yeah.
Otakon is down in the States.
That's right, thank you.
But I will be going to Otaku-thon along with Unplugged Expo, Atomic Lollipop, Con
That one
Bravo,
too.
Yes.
the Toronto Center Island Picnic,
Yes.
and the Toronto Cosplay Beach Party.
I'll
And then
still be there.
all after that will be Fan Expo, which I tried to swear off of, but I got too many requests to go.
I'm pretending I'm not going.
I've hopefully summoned the willpower to just go Sunday, because like that's the day you can move around. I say this, I pound this into the grave. It's like if you're a videographer like me, you cannot do it on any day but Sunday.
I'm moving to Toronto in August, so that suddenly opens up a wide world of, hey, I can take transit to this convention. Yeah. So I keep telling myself I'm not going to Fan Expo, but I'm probably going to end up at Fan Expo.
You're probably going to be there. Yeah.
Sounds like everyone at this table. I'm not going to go. Ends up going.
I've sworn off.
That girl.
See, she's good.
Willpower.
You got the willpower. I don't need LineCon again, and even if it's like somebody who I really want to meet, this is basically my story from last year. It was just like all the cosplay guests were people I really wanted to meet. I'm like,
That's the thing about like Niagara Falls and Anime North put together is between those two, you can pretty much meet everybody who's going to be at Fan Expo.
Pretty much. Last year it was because of Meg Turney was the big one because I was a big SourceFed fan, the channel she worked on for a long time. So I was like, I gotta meet Meg because I also had like I've had this poster that I ordered from their website, and it says...
it's getting a little 18 plus here, ladies and gentlemen.
I have an explicit rating. You can swear all you want. You don't have to watch the language.
Damn it.
I have an explicit rating. But
Pooh.
It just... Basically, I got, like... I found out I was in on an inside joke from SourceFed because of, like, how my poster was signed. And it was apparently, like, of the thousands of posters they print, there were 4 that, like, had this kind of signature on it. So it was like, okay, that was worth the trip. All right.
All right.
And then seeing Leanna Vamp again, who was always great to see. And I met Ivy Doom Kitty, which was awesome.
I saw Ivy Doom Kitty, and I wish I'd had time to meet her because she seems rad.
She's rad, and, like, she has, like, the most sultry voice. It will, like, melt you. It's like, it's a deep, throaty, sexy voice. It's like...
I hope you're listening, Ivy Doom Kitty.
Ivy Senpai, we hope you're listening, because we love your voice. You're awesome.
You should come do a podcast.
Hey, if I can wrangle people into this, that'd be amazing. It's like, everybody tweet this out if you like it. I know, like, a few of you are listening. I see the numbers, just you never comment.
Yeah, tell me about it. Cricket noises.
Yeah.
I like your birds, actually, instead.
We don't have crickets, we have birds.
Which is pretty funny. Like, collectively, like, there's a pretty decent, like, page following on here. When we asked for questions for the podcast, how many did we get?
Out of 3,026 people, I had one person ask me a question, so either I'm really not mysterious, or y'all are slacking.
Yeah.
Taking nappy times.
Have you just told everybody everything? Are you living like an
I
open
must.
book?
I must just be like, and so this is what I'm doing today, and this is what I had for lunch, but I don't know.
It was tuna. It was yummy.
9 times out of 10, it is tuna. So I must not be very mysterious.
Apparently, I'm more in the loop than I thought I was. I thought we were like kind of casual acquaintances, but
everybody knows my life. Apparently, I'm not that interesting, I guess.
But the question was kind of the origin question. But I think we should start there, kind of like, because Chelsea will get dirt on me when I ask this, so we get to say like how we all originally met. Chelsea has the most to say here. But,
as I tuck my shirt.
But so do you remember the first time we met? Of just kind of.
Okay, and I know Elemental Photography can attest for this too.
Mm-hmm.
We have this thing called being face blind.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, she's face blind and I'm name blind.
Okay.
So I will recognize you, but I'll be like, shit, how do I know this person? Oh, fuck. So like, okay, I remember how I met Jordan, and that's about it because we went to high school together. But most people, like, I go to so many cons that even if, like, the first time I met you, you recall it, I probably don't have the same memory of meeting you that first time because, like, I meet so many people.
Yeah, it wasn't even a con. It was,
See?
Yeah, it was one of the, like, first, it was only, like, the second or third year they did a cosplay hangout on Toronto Island.
Seriously?
Yes, that was the first time we met, and there was, the memorable thing was, I knew you, kind of. It was the first time I ever met you and got to realize what a bundle of sassy you are.
I'm pretty sure I've only been to one Toronto Island cosplay picnic.
Yeah.
So it must have been that one.
No, it wasn't Toronto Island. It was Port Dalhousie.
Was it Port Dalhousie?
I think it was Port Dalhousie.
Okay, yeah, because
Yes.
Casey and I organized those cosplay gatherings for a while.
Okay.
And that would have been the first time I met you as well, Chelsea. I'm pretty sure.
As I'm stroking my imaginary beard, I'm trying to think.
I'm pretty sure that's how I met you as well.
I'm pretty
Because anybody in Niagara region, pretty much, that's how I met everybody.
Yeah.
Because you both were in your Sailor Senshi cosplays. You were Mercury.
And you were cosplaying also. Were you not?
The first, I had the most haphazard, like, attempt at a cosplay. It was, I believe you wore your Star Trek dress to this thing.
Yes.
So, and I came up with, like, the most haphazard Hawk at the beach costume.
Yes.
So, like, had my hair and I let my goatee grow out and I did the blood smear across my nose.
I
And the
remember
only
that.
thing that was, like, kind of attempted was the staff.
See, and that was before I played Dragon Age 2, so I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because I'm so out of the loop. I'm old.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So that was the first time we met, and there were pretty hilarious discussions. I was like, okay, that's Gina. I've got to say hi to her anytime I see her now. She's hilarious.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I think my first meeting with you was actually the year after.
I think so too.
Yeah, because you both were wearing your Sailor Mercury and Sailor Mars that year. I remember those pictures. Those were like the first round of pictures I ever took that year.
Yeah, I still have some of those actually. I was looking at them the other day too. I was just going through my pictures. I'm like, oh, I remember that.
God, I was actually shit back in 2012.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about
the dark ages.
Those are the dark ages.
There were some dark ages, especially let's just say we're coming out of a dark age of anime.
You know what? I feel that. Mm-hmm. Like, I swore off of anime for a while, and I didn't hate it, but I was just like, ugh, weebs. Yeah. And now that I'm done school, I'm getting so into it again, and like, I freaking love anime now, and I think my boyfriend thinks I'm nuts, but you know, he went into this knowingly.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back to that, but Jordan and I just met, so I guess that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
Right. You're doing very well so far. You're doing very well so far.
Nice to meet you.
Explain it though. Explain your meeting. Talk about it.
Explain.
How's it feel?
He walked in the door and I was like, he has a bag of tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
There may have been some doves.
Maybe.
I wasn't in the room quite yet, I don't think, so I don't
I do keep, I buy doves and gross so that when I enter a room...
He opened the bag and confetti just kind of exploded out.
Yeah. And it's confetti candy too. It's on the floor. You can eat it.
Excuse me.
Did I miss out? I don't see it anymore.
The floor is also
I ate it
hot
all.
lava.
It was instantaneous.
Yeah. Everybody perch up on your chairs. The floor's hot lava.
The best thing about audio is nobody knows what's happening.
No.
As I'm perching myself up on my chair now.
There we go. So now we get to the fun origins of how Chelsea and I met.
Oh, hi.
How's
it going?
Chelsea, you want to tell it from your side?
Oh, God. Okay, so how you and I met
Uh-huh.
was back when we were both in high school. I was in my freshman year, and you were president of our anime club at Grimsby Secondary School.
Oh, memories.
God.
That's
right.
right.
Oh, yeah, such memories.
That's right.
And then I guess from then on, because I kind of stuck around that group because I hated hanging out with kids my own age. I thought I was the cool kid hanging out with the older kids. And I guess I still am. Look at me.
No, we're laughing because this is literally the exact same story of how Jordan and I met.
That's right. That's exactly it. But I heard from this is just like it's gonna be my ego chunks moment, and I'm sure yours is gonna be a little different, and that's why I'm asking. The only time I ever felt like a rock star in my life was with grade 9s when I was the president of the anime club because I was the guy who apparently knew everything. Meanwhile, I was just a hardcore Gundam nerd with the occasional sprinklings of what else I could get my hands on. But I spoke with authority, so it sounded like I knew what I was saying.
Too bad I looked up to your third in command more than you, though.
Yeah, who was Tom my third in command?
Tom was your third in command.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And yeah, you did more than look up to him.
Oh wow. This is my current boyfriend, everybody. Please excuse that.
18 plus.
Explicit on iTunes.
It's okay. I was gonna make a comment when I thought she was gonna say something, or Jordan said something else other than tech. I thought, oh wait, no, can't say that out loud. Can't say that on. No, can't do it.
But yeah,
say whatever you want.
That was kind of the funny thing. You didn't gravitate towards me at all. It was all you were Tom.
Yes.
Was it his dark taste? Do you think you?
Oh yeah, his taste and mine were completely the same.
This is why it's I've been trying to get Tom on this podcast forever. He has the darkest taste in anime. If it's dystopian, he's
disturbing.
He's into the horror scene. He's the biggest Ghost in the Shell fan I know. And that's you have to be very specific taste to be really into Ghost in the Shell because it's
cyberpunk and a lot of politics and I don't know how I got into it, but I got into it.
And I find it goes from low to high and there's no middle ground. They're either whispering weird philosophical or tech stuff or they're shooting at each other. There is no middle ground of the only middle ground moment they ever had was in the original movie when Bato and Kusanagi are sitting on the boat drinking beer, having a discussion about how they can't get drunk off of it because of their cyborg bodies.
What a life.
Yep.
That is like the only middle ground moment I can remember from Ghost in the Shop. So yeah, it was definitely like his dark taste in things that you guys kind of meshed on.
Yep, that's exactly it. And then of course later on, even after high school, we all kind of kept in touch. Even after, especially when you guys all graduated, we all somehow kept together.
Yeah.
And then that's when, I guess then I started to get into the whole cosplay thing a little more. When I started up with photography, and then you started to get more into doing videography and stuff for the Otaku Crypt, because you and Tom tried to get the Otaku Crypt originally off his feet.
He was the original co-host, and I've told this story a bunch of times, but it is still funny to me. It was the original run of the Otaku Crypt was like a variety show. It was literally just like 4 people sitting in front of a camera on a tripod. There was like no editing, no cutting. It was just like the same pan.
Do you remember the nights of the?
We tried to do a round table called Knights of the Obtuse Oval.
Because literally it wasn't a round it was like a very oval like table, and so we had to call it that.
Yeah.
But it was us talking for like, oh god, how long? Like an hour?
And
it was
like there was no like hosting platform that would allow you to post a video that long, so it kind of just got thrown away. I need to find it. It was pretty funny.
I remember you had plans of just making it like an audio track and then putting it up somewhere.
Yeah.
For people to like download and listen to, but I don't think anyone was interested in listening to our ramblings of I don't know what.
Yeah.
Hence now, podcasting.
And now I just bring it back with a podcast, but it's like now there's like actual like equipment. So I like to think that means something. Meanwhile, we're still just having the same dumb discussions for however long, right?
Yeah. He's lying. It's just an MP3 player on the table right now.
It's totally my iPhone. I'm sorry.
You disgust me. Get out.
There is a Discman on this table, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, really? That would make me so happy.
No, there's really not.
Wow, I bet they believed you for like 2
I know.
seconds.
I was hoping like.
I still have one. I do.
That's amazing. What else what other dirt I can talk to everyone about you?
You saw me? Did you see me when I was fat?
Oh my god, you've always been like a twig.
That was abrupt.
That was abrupt. It's just like, okay, I mean, like, related to our current topic, but okay. Yeah, you were obese, man. Like,
nobody believes me. I have a picture of me when I was my first driver's license. I'm fat, and then a PH. Okay, I was like way heavier. I was like over 200 pounds and a foot shorter.
I had an instant facepalm just then.
Right.
Oh, okay. I guess that was a thing once upon a time.
So I guess by that time I'd like had my growth spurt and became skinny. So
I think so. Yes.
Man, girls don't get that.
No.
We just get fatter.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
I love my lumps. My lumps are nice lumps, though. I love my lumps.
Come on, the podge.
My podge is nice.
It's not getting any better here. It's not getting any better. Cosplay's hard.
Is this why like a lot of the cosplays now involve a bodysuit? Is it just?
Oh my god. Like, okay, Power Girl, like, that looks a little bit naked, but I am wearing more clothing in that costume than like I ever wear ever. There is so much shapewear and like corsetry under that.
It's like there's rigging happening.
There is rigging. There is full stage rigging. I need a tech crew for that outfit.
I would love to see that, where it's just like you're doing like hosting or masquerade or something, and like something slips, and then like 5 stage ninjas like all dressed in black just come out and adjust.
I've considered doing a video of like the layers involved in these cosplays just to show people that like you do not have to have a perfect body to cosplay. You can fake one. It's not that hard. It's just expensive.
Just like how you can fake your personality.
Yes.
Right?
It's
cool,
right?
Actually, that's cool.
Thanks, internet.
Thanks, internet.
Kind of like how I seem interesting almost.
There needs to be a sound effect here.
I was like, they're not even gonna. I'm gonna throw this out there. They're not gonna throw me a bone. It's cool.
Nope.
It's cool. It's cool. I will be the whipping boy.
I don't know. Your anime club talk though makes me laugh because like that's how kind of Jordan and I got to know each other because I ran my high school's anime club.
Of course.
And I mean, obviously, because I can't let things die. And yeah, we did like the Ghost in the Shell thing too. We had like a screening, and I just got super pumped because we got one of the artists from Thundercats to come like to our anime club. Not anime, but like if you don't love Thundercats, get out. So but I don't know, we had a good time. Some people just came there to hang out.
Some people
they didn't
just
even
came
like
to eat
anime.
our Pocky.
Yeah, because they knew we had Pocky. Like, they didn't even like anime, but I think by the end, they were like, this is all right.
I think our equivalent to a Pocky moment would have been Dance Dance moments.
Oh my god, I love bringing Dance Dance.
I think we did that once.
We bring Dance Dance Revolution all the time. And that would draw people in. They'd hear, like, the thumping techno and then, like, want to come in and play.
Anybody who knew me knew not to play DDR with me because, like, I was actually, like, a competitive DDR player in high school.
Did you shove people?
No, I didn't shove people, but, like, people didn't have fun when they played against me because I just, like, destroyed. Like, I would go to Clifton Hill every weekend to play.
I was about to say, are you that kid who would be, like, you'd be at the DDR arcade machine, like, leaning heavily on the bar?
Yes.
Lightning feet?
I had my drink on there, like, and I would give people the eyes. And, like, if you put a quarter on the machine, you're next. But, like, if you don't know that's the deal, you're not getting this game.
It has to be that protocol or I'm not getting down.
You'll have to come over to my place. I have, like, 6 games. I got 3 mats.
I have them, too.
I only have a Supernova.
And that's why I'm fat now, because I stopped playing DDR.
Then come over to my place. We'll play together.
Yes.
This will be a thing. You need a podcast where you play DDR and talk.
Oh, God. Jesus. I think that'd be
It won't be talking. It'll just be like,
yeah. It'd be like gross panting.
God damn it, Captain Jack.
Josh, get that microphone out of our faces.
No, but for real, In the Groove is superior.
Yes.
I'm just throwing that out.
I just remember I was only good at one song, and it was Days Go By Dirty Vegas. Yeah, that was the only, like, what I was good at.
I didn't do In the Groove. I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start listing songs. It's going to get weird.
We'd be here all day.
Yeah. It'd be a bad time.
So yeah, that is pretty funny. The origin stories are parallels here.
Yep.
I like it. We could, like, do, like, a crossover of universes type of thing, and it would be okay.
In an alternate universe at an alternate high school. Anime club. Wow.
For some reason that this feels like it plays out like Scott Pilgrim to me, like that voiceover.
I am Mae Whitman's face double.
Right?
Just saying.
Right? That's right. You did do your Roxy. That was good.
Thank you.
That was like your closet cosplay, right?
It was my basically I'm gonna wear pajamas outfit because
Yep.
And I missed
the face does it all.
There you go.
I missed it. I cried. I missed it. I looked at photos. I was like, I missed it. Oh, my heart.
Oh, wait till you see the photos. They're so rude.
I see.
Get ready for that.
Are you just poking people in the back of the knees and that's all it is?
No, it's just me. But like, I shot with a really good photographer, Rebel Shots Photography.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorites. I don't get to shoot with him very often, but he usually helps at the Cosplay for a Cure booth whenever we have local events.
Very
so, and he's really good. He's been shooting with us since day one.
Nice.
So it's really cool to see like how he's improved, just like how cool it is to see like how you've improved, and it's really cool to see like it's so. And yeah, he went to Niagara College too, and so obviously they have a good program clearly.
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, my one photography class in high school was like the biggest like blow off class, because once we actually got cameras in our hands, the first thing you do is the camera obscura, where you like, it's the pinhole camera where you literally just put film in like a blacked out shoebox. And but once we were actually allowed to like use like film cameras, it was basically like she like blocked off 3 weeks of classes where she said go shoot stuff.
Wow, I learned that stuff back in high school. I did all of that in high school, not college.
This wasn't high school.
Was it?
Yeah,
with you said college.
Oh, I meant high school.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was with Miss C.
She goes by Turcotte now.
Yeah, she got married, but it was basically, this was the teacher who even the girls wanted to get with.
She was so
Same.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved her.
So you're saying like she was the Scarlett Johansson of teaching?
She
Really?
had like, at the time she had like the long curly red hair, so it's kind of like the Black Widow hair going
ScarJo
on.
of teaching.
Oh my, I loved her. I thought she was gorgeous. I hope you're not listening to this right now. I hope to God you're never going to hear this.
Awkward moments when your high school photography teacher is listening to this really obscure podcast.
That would give me faith in that the world is smaller if that actually happens. So
she was the only photography teacher I liked back in high school, though. She was the one that was just like, do this, this, and this, and I'll show you how very slowly and, patiently. And I couldn't stand my other one the next year. I couldn't stand her. I'm not going to say names, but...
But the hilarious thing was, like, I think my year was the last year they agreed to do film, because maintaining the blackout room was
no, they kept it.
They kept it?
Yeah, because I did it.
Oh, okay. Like they were getting ready to like decommission it because it was expensive to keep, and it like made more sense to teach you more Photoshop.
I think they recently got rid of it, like more in the last like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. But they had it around when I was taking photography.
Okay, cool. So you could have been 3 years behind me.
Yes.
So within 3 years. Okay, that's interesting.
Because I finished high school, like, I think 3 years ago, so yeah.
There you go.
That was a thing.
Alrighty.
Well, I feel old.
Don't worry.
Sorry, I think I'm, like, the youngest one here. I'm gonna go cry in that corner, right over there, next to that lamppost.
I hit 25 this year, so.
No, the lava's over there. You can't
Oh,
go
right.
there.
You're not allowed off the chair.
I need lava shoes,
There are,
guys.
like, we're in chairs with, like, neodymium magnets, like Dr. Xavier style, and keeping above the lava.
Oh, crap, I'm screwed.
That is the world.
Okay, then I'll cry here.
All right, you just work what you need to work to. I figure we'll go back to what we kind of started on there, how we're leaving a dark ages of anime, because I just felt like for 3 years every anime was like a shell of another anime, and all the characters were like horrible archetypes, and now we're like finally starting to see original shows again, and. Like, I have, like, 5 shows I'm watching weekly. It's been years since I've had that.
I'm kind of doing that, too. And, okay, I have to say something for the archetypes. Like, I think it's really hilarious when an anime will look at those archetypes and use them in a way that, like, makes it hilarious. I'm watching Edotama right now, and it is just, like, archetype central. But it is hilarious because it's also, like, completely breaking the fourth wall. And it's so hyper and funny, and, like, we were just watching it before you got here.
Which one's Edotama?
Edotama is about the Chinese zodiac, and it is about the cat who wants to join the Chinese zodiac.
Okay, like kind of with Fruits Basket, where the cat was the
It's
outside.
Basically reverse Fruits Basket.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, you should watch it.
This series.
Someone else said that to me too on my Facebook.
Obviously, I grew up off of that. Like that was like one of the first manga series I ever read. Was Fruits Basket, and when I finally finished it, I bawled my eyes out because it was over.
You should watch Edotama then.
Yeah.
But like things like, is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon?
I think that's.
I want to watch that.
This
show
show
is
is
the
brilliant.
shit, man.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant, and the title is like really misleading. You're expecting a full-on comedy, but you do get more of a fantasy action show.
I know, and like you gotta. Like, it says something when my boyfriend won't watch anime with me. He hates Sailor Moon. Like, I'm trying to talk him into cosplaying Tuxedo Mask. He's just not into it.
Do it!
Like, when a girl says cosplay, like, be my Tuxedo Mask, you just do it. You just do it. That's basically saying you're the best human.
that is, like, I'm about to say, like, that's almost a proposal.
It basically is. Maybe that's why it's terrifying.
That is a nerd proposal.
But
maybe that's why he's running, yeah.
That may be, but... He even watches Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon with me. Like, he likes it. So
I think
that's saying something.
It's a good anime.
I think it's brilliant. Like, the way that I kind of describe it to people is, like, basically, if real life was a dungeon crawler...
Yes.
Like, if you could...
It's not like Sword Art. Like
No. It is actually a world where going into this labyrinth dungeon, killing monsters, and collecting loot is a job.
Like
a
that's
way to
normal
make a living.
day.
Yeah. But what I've been loving is the multi-pantheon angle, where they're pulling, like, if you're in a guild, basically, you have a god's protection. And, and they've, like, pulled, like, there's, like, one for Ganesh, and there's a lot of the Greek ones, and they Hephaestus and Loki. Loki's one of the big ones. And then our main character, Belle, is the only child, the only, like, person in the guild of a god named Hestia, who is hilarious because it's like, oh my god, it's a lolly with big boobs.
It's lolly big boobs.
It's
Finally,
lolly big boobs.
There's a character that expresses my body type.
There you go. Oh, is there Hestia in the works? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm actually doing Lily Ruka because.
Oh, that would be great.
Because she's basically a hobbit, and she also still has big boobs. So it's
yeah. It's just they're covered by a cloak, but like, are you gonna make?
Have you seen her shirt? It's basically like disintegrating.
It ends at like under boob. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all torn and everything. But are you gonna do like the completely oversized backpack?
Oh yeah.
Oh totally.
Oh, there's gonna be like inflatable pool toys in that thing.
All
I
right,
am so excited for you.
Okay, call me when you're gonna do that because I really want to be Welf.
That man in the other room is my Welf.
I hate you.
He doesn't have a
I am
choice.
the blacksmith here, damn it.
First come, first serve, and boyfriends always have first
He's
dibs.
my
Fine,
boo.
I'll get my own group.
And I'm gonna be his little Lily.
Aww.
I'm making the grossest face right now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of really one. And I thought, taking the archetypes and like finding a way to make it fun. I thought No Game No Life.
I just watched that too.
Was-
I watched it all in one day.
That
I need to get into it.
Watch it all in one day.
Okay.
The thing is, that show is not for beginners.
No. Oh,
There's
jeez.
too many specific anime references to find it enjoyable and funny. But if you're a veteran anime viewer, that show is absolute brilliance.
And it hurts your eyeballs a little when you start watching it because it's not like the typical style. It's very
Yes. No,
it's
neon,
very
and there's like
colorful.
the
Super
outlines are all
colorful.
done in red.
Super colorful.
I liked that. That's why I was just like, I need to watch this because the art style to me is beautiful.
Yeah.
I like this.
It's
But then
Very
you,
attractive.
and then you
Yeah.
watch it and you get used to it, and then you go back to other anime and it's like, this looks so flat.
Bland, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like washed
Ew.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I thought like No Game No Life was brilliant for like embracing, like they realized that they were in a world of anime archetypes, and they said, well, that's going to be the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the two main characters are like recluses who only play video games and like are into that kind of stuff. Is basically how their whole personality is crafted. So there's like amazing like Phoenix Wright moments, and and the best part is they're in a world where none of it makes sense. So it just sounds like he's like come up with something brilliant, but really he's just quoting anime.
Yeah, it gives them license to do that, which is
Yes.
kind of cool. It's a good twist.
I thought it was great, and there's like I said, I've got like 5 shows on the go. I've been enjoying where Fairy Tail's been going.
I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
I haven't bothered because I'm like, that episode count, no thanks.
Yeah.
I also
You want to hear what's even worse? I started watching One Piece.
Oh,
See,
good luck to you, sir.
Oh, shut through the... Apparently that anime has now been put to the Guinness Book of World Records.
They'll be hitting like episode 700 in a couple
I
weeks.
just like I can't. I have a hard time watching those ones because I can't get behind the art style. It's
Okay.
so not me, and
Like you're not a Shonen Jump girl, basically.
No, I used to read Shonen Jump like a lot when I was younger, but
Me too.
it's just not my style. Like, it's not even like akin to DBZ or anything. Like DBZ is its own style too. It's just like One Piece and Fairy Tail have. It's just something about it I can't get behind it. I like my anime real pretty.
Okay. I can get. Yeah. I know what you
Okay,
mean.
back in my Shonen Jump days, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, well, I think we all did.
and read it.
It
Reading
was like
so much
the
better.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Pokemon trifecta. Oh, and some Beyblade in there too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Who can still karaoke that opening? Hands up. Hands up.
And Gundam Wing.
There we are.
And
There we
Gundam
are.
Wing.
Gu-
Gundam Wing was in
I-
there too.
I'm still a Gundam Wing guy. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's a rule of thumb that like my cars are named after things from Gundam Wing. So I had a PT Cruiser that I called Zero,
Of course.
and I bought a white Jetta and I call it Tall Geese.
Dedication, my dear friend. You haven't.
What's the anime that you are watching that I watched a couple episodes? The magical high school.
Oh, Mahoka Koka no Retose. Or the irregular magic high school.
Okay.
It's
Oh, wait.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yep.
To find like the fragments of this alien spaceship.
Okay.
And it's really good. And good job on the science. Like, slow clap, because you can learn about space from this anime.
Really?
And like, I'm terrified of space, but I also love space.
Did you watch the pilot episode of that whole series before it actually became an anime series? It was literally, I think, not even 15 minutes. It was like their launcher just to see how people would react. I loved it. I thought it was the cutest thing I ever saw, because the main girl was kind of attracted to this one guy, and he kind of went bad guy mode for some reason. I have to like rewatch this episode, but it was really cute and I liked it, and I could totally see the Subaru logo all over this thing.
Well, the nice thing is, like, it's not like blatant Subaru logo within this anime. Like, their drive shafts are the same. Like, the star on them is the shape of the Subaru star, but it's not like Subaru logo. Car,
I was hoping like they
car,
like one of them had a full on like mech suit and they went Impreza mode.
Which, you know what?
I wouldn't be
That'd be
surprised.
pretty great. It might happen. We don't know. It's not over yet. Anything is possible. Magical girl anime. You can do anything.
Like, you know, their full like transform title involves car models.
Well, I mean, okay, their drive shafts have gotten significantly like more car-like as they've gained more power, so you never know.
Yep.
They could become car mech magical anime girls.
That one is.
It would be Impreza.
Oh.
You walked
That
right
you
in.
lost me.
You walked
Good night,
right
everybody.
down. And we're done.
Mic drop.
I can't drop it. It's in a stand.
That's right. Don't you dare drop the
I won't drop it.
microphone.
It's not mine.
Unless
Okay.
we had like a pillow, then maybe it'd be safe.
But the floor's hot lava, so that's not possible.
Right? You
All
keep
right.
forgetting. You are hovering above hot lava.
It's just one
Like,
of those
how are you
days.
forgetting this? It's right there.
I know. That's why I'm feeling so much heat right now. Oh.
Yeah.
It's not from my great pun.
Or the panties on your head.
Or the pantsuit
So,
on my
like,
head.
do you have like the oolong thing from Dragon Ball Z when he wishes for Bulma's panties and they keep him completely cool? You got that going
No,
on?
they're actually very warm.
Okay.
They're spandex,
Okay.
and they are lined. They
All
are
right.
not.
All
They're
right.
not.
But you're just refusing to give up on this bit.
I'm refusing.
Okay,
They're
cool.
gonna stay on until we are done.
Cool. So this is gonna be like a 4-hour podcast. All right.
I'll make it.
All right. Cool.
I've got this.
But so just kind of thinking of like, so it's a product integration thing, clearly.
Yes.
Kind of another example of it was created from a commercial entity, but wound up being pretty good, and at least in my opinion. Has anybody been watching Supersonico or seen?
Okay,
the
I
animation?
started, and I need to continue watching it.
Yeah.
I love Soniko, like, next to Bayonetta, she's like my animated crush. I'm gonna get one of those weird body pillows and put it right between me and Sam when
There
we're
you go.
sleeping.
There you go.
It's okay. I'm currently hunting down her little Nandoroid of her working maid outfit right
I love
now.
it. I know. Ah!
Like, she's so adorable. I have to admit, she's probably one of my many waifus now, too.
My figure counts at 6.
Oh, good.
I
Nice.
have 6 Sonico figures
I
right now.
love Soniko so much.
But basically, you know, she's a music festival mascot. That's her origin. She's the mascot for Nitro Plus, which is a music festival, or they're a record company in Japan, and they have a music festival. And she was like their Vocaloid. She was their Vocaloid. They have all these animated sequences of her singing songs and everything. And if you watch the show, every ending credit sequence is different, and it's like a different Sonico song.
Yeah, I've seen about 4 episodes, I think.
Okay, but I thought some people didn't like it because they thought, she's just moe big boobs,
She's fan service, but there ain't nothing wrong with that.
But it said you
love
kind of
the
gotta
boobs.
watch them all, because some of the episodes are really I think it's like around episode 7 is a super artistic episode that made me realize that like a lot of thought was put into the show, and it was basically it's an episode that has very little dialogue, and it's all about the visuals, and it's about she goes like on a trip to try and get inspired for songwriting. And it's just like about people she meets, and it's very subdued, and it's a super artistic episode, and that's when that show actually impressed me as being more than just a commercial thing. But it's still working as a commercial thing because I want all the Sonicos.
But seriously, who doesn't want all the Sonicos?
I want them all.
I'm currently hunting down the Gloomy Bear Sonico figure because I love Gloomy Bear and I love Sonico, so why not put them together into one beautiful little...
You know, Chantel has that one.
Yeah, I know.
I bought the Space Cop one at the same time.
I have the Space
She
Cop
bought
one.
the Gloomy Bear one.
I have the Space Cop one. It's because they have where it's the black outfit and then the pink outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I have the pink one.
I have the pink too.
Because for some reason I adore anime characters in bright pink.
Me too.
Right.
For realsies.
So this is kind of my thought process of where I went from Sonico. Is basically she's the mascot, super cosplayable character of this generation because if you have the wig and the headphones, she has a billion outfits.
Yeah, you can literally wear whatever.
Right, and
If
so
you have the boobs, then you're A-okay to go too.
right, and I kind of this became a thought process of mine where I started thinking back on each generation kind of had this, and I think the one previous to this one was Cheryl Gnome from Macross Frontier.
But somewhere in there, the little segue in between would be Miku.
Yes.
True.
Yes,
Very
I'll give you
true.
that one.
And I still see Vocaloid and Miku cosplays all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I fangirl over those all the time.
So that's the one thing I can't get behind the Vocaloids.
Mm.
But I love me some Love Live.
I'm addicted to
And that's
video
another
game.
thing. That's the next one, I think.
Really?
Past Sonico, now it's Love Live. If you
True.
have the wig, you can literally put on anything and
Mm-hmm.
you can be a Love Live character.
Because they have so many outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could just be casual, whatever.
Yeah.
I did a photo shoot as Nico in a sweater that's just a sweater that I own and some booty shorts that I made one time because I had extra fabric.
Isn't that on your bed?
Yes.
Yep, I like
And
that
everybody's
photo.
oh man, those Nico photos are so cute. I'm like, yeah, I was doing a makeup test. That's not even a costume.
But
Worth it.
so those mascot characters are fun for that because some people don't really know because there's so many figures that make it canon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like basically any color of bikini with Sonico is practically canon. You'll find that figure.
Yeah. And if you haven't, someone will probably make it.
Yep, it's probably next.
I'm hoping that somewhere in the world there's somebody else that likes Vocaloid just for the science of the tech behind it.
See, that's the one thing I can get behind.
Well,
with
actually
the
getting
Vocaloid.
into digging into the Yamaha synthesizer and stuff. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is absolutely phenomenal.
I actually haven't opened it yet, but I do have version 3 of the Vocaloid software at home. I just haven't had the time to open it onto my laptop because I have no room on my laptop anymore. But I'll let you know how it goes because I'm
Please
so
do.
excited to play around with it because again, I've been a fan of Miku for years.
When I used to play a synth, and Yamaha was my go-to. So seeing that technology is really cool. I just cannot get behind the characters because for a while it was just it was kind of that so many people like it that it's ruined for me sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
The same deal with Naruto. It's just so many people like it. Same thing with Doctor Who. So many people have ruined it for me. I just can't get into it.
I thought, and I wasn't particularly keen. I watched the show, I marathoned the show, but I wasn't insanely keen on it. It was always tainted. Sword Art Online was that for me. It was especially because when it initially came out, nobody cosplayed secondary characters. Every guy was Kirito, and every girl was Asuna.
It's
But
true.
Liz is the coolest.
Huh?
Liz is the coolest.
She's the blacksmith, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, he doesn't even know who she is.
Well, I was
shame.
confused. I was confusing Liz and Silica.
See, and that's the other one that
Yeah.
I would cosplay is maybe Silica.
See, I only started watching Sword Art Online after the hype was over.
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
only
year
watched it
after, and I'm like,
I watched it a
That's not
month
bad.
ago.
it's not bad at all.
Here's what I say. I say of those 48 episodes, there were 12 that are good, and it's actually the first 12 of the second season when he's in the shooter. Those played out really well.
Oh,
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
See, and I can feel that because there's some really cool stuff going on there.
Yeah.
It's just it took away. I think it kind of sabotages why a lot of people watch it too. A lot of people watch that because they like the MMORPG sort of aspect, and then it goes into Gun Gale Online, and I'm like, ugh, guns.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Whereas
it's so ugly.
I just thought that.
But at the same time, I kept watching it, so there's something to be said for that. Even though I hate that kind of aesthetic.
The reason that I I think those are the best episodes of it is because I thought every other time they had a serious pacing problem, which is a huge peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Okay? Whereas in those first 12 episodes, they're skipping months, years, however long at a time between episodes. And also, like, basically anytime Kirito's gonna meet somebody, it's a random interlude where he helps them, like he's the guy from Kung Fu or something. I don't know. He just wanders the countryside doing good deeds.
Being a lone warrior.
And the fact that they just said, it was so clear that he was going to be the grand hero of the whole thing. And that played out in a really boring way, and the time skips were a problem. And then all the ALO stuff was just, like, weird because of the incest stuff. And
that got really weird really fast.
It did.
yeah. And so that's what I said. Like, in those 12 episodes of the gun thing, he is, like, by himself with a completely new and unrelated character who had a very interesting story to tell. You know, Shinon had, like, serious demons
And it
to
got
work through.
real.
And it got real, right? And I thought, you know, they were completely unrelated characters who were forging this friendship in the fires of battle, albeit in a video game. And the pacing was proper.
Yeah.
That's my angle on why I say those are the best episodes.
And, like, listening to you say that, I totally agree the Alfheim stuff is really unfortunate because, like, as a hardcore MMO player, that world is the most appealing to me. Because, like, I used to play Ion like nobody's business. And that's kind of similar. But the stories that took place in Alfheim seemed like filler. And then creepy incest.
And see, that's where, like, why I said, and then they have 12 episodes after the Gun Gale Online stuff, which is actually, like, 3 small arcs.
Yeah.
And it was literally like, hey, we need a 24 episode season. We got to sell this, right?
And I liked that second half better where it had, like, everybody involved rather than the first bit with, like, Kirito and Leafa being weird. But, like, I kind of enjoyed that second half because it was like everybody gets to play and enjoy themselves now. Like, everybody finally, after all that bullshit, everybody gets to have a fun time.
They're, like, literally just, like, hanging out and playing a game, but then they go ahead and make it sad for the last arc.
And now I have to actually watch that second season. Sorry, guys,
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
The last arc kind of, like, I didn't see that one coming.
It's the feels.
But for a moment, everyone just got to have fun.
The first season was even feelsy, like, in some parts.
But, and going back to my original point of, like, one, over cosplayed and, like, overhyped at the beginning, but it was always tainted for me because I'm a big .hack fan.
I was just about to get onto that topic, to be honest.
Let's have it out. I've got a support group here.
Okay, well, oh my god, like, out of my friends, they're all young people too. They're always just like, oh, Sword Art Online is so much better than .hack. I'm like, you go into that corner right now and think about what you just said to me. Just go into that corner, because I've actually, like, there's, between both series, in my opinion, each have what makes it good on their own. And I hate it when they seem to compare them together.
And they're comparing them by the most simplest and most basic aspect of each of them.
It's true.
The fact that they revolve around a video game.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, .hack had this amazing thing of, like, all this support from the actual video games. Like, you could be watching the various series, reading the various manga, but you had the support of actually being able to, like, be in that world.
And here's why I said why .hack was kind of amazing for being... It was one of, like, the only things that I've ever noticed that really did cross platforms well, and that if you watch .hack Sign, the only way to get the rest of the story is to play the games.
I know, and you know how hard those are to get now?
Very.
Really
Oh,
hard.
I gotta give a shout out to my sister for being gung-ho on those things, because she was obsessed, and I'm glad, because
And
she has...
wasn't it amazing when you got to put all 4 together and saw Noble Grunty? Mon ami!
I actually was the one that got into all the manga. Like, I have almost every volume of the manga, except for, like...
And it was adorable.
It was adorable, except for, like, there was, like, a couple of other spin-off series that came, I think, a little after GU was finished. After the GU manga or the 4X manga was finished. Tokyo Pop decided to go under on me. And so now I can't find those copies to finish my collection, and it makes me mad because I absolutely loved the .hack manga. It didn't matter what it was. I have Legend of the Twilight, I have GU, I have...
Everything.
And the reason I love that show is because that show, I love a show that involves background reading.
Yes.
This is why I'm a huge Evangelion fan. Is like there is like you can spend, I've probably logged 80 hours on various wikis learning various fan theories and meanings of things you saw that probably mean nothing, but that's the fun of that show.
But, like, my sister and I, we did that too, and, like, we had good times doing that. And, like, I gotta ask you guys, did you lose a golden axe or a silver axe? You guys suck at .hack. Anybody who's legit about .hack.
I'm also a few years. I'm also a few years out. That is the problem. I'm a few years out. That was
Give you a hint. It's the Silver Axe.
Like
I'm glad I didn't blurt out gold.
You lose.
Remember, that was a PS2 series.
Yes, it was. I think it showed up in the anime briefly once, but that was a game thing.
Okay.
The axe, like they were like little pawns, and you would get bonuses.
Okay.
See, unfortunately for me, I never had the privilege of playing the PS2 games at all because at the time I never owned a PS2, couldn't afford one. And the anime and the manga was all I had at the time. So I know, shame on me.
There was really good lore though in those too.
Amazing.
Like
Amazing
and that Golden Axe Silver Axe thing, it shows up in other games too. Like the answer is actually neither. It's like a test, basically. It's a test of greed. So the spirit would always ask you, like, did you lose a golden axe or a silver axe? And really you lost neither. So if you say neither, then you get rewarded. If you say golden axe, you get punished. If you say silver axe, he's just kind of like.
So do we all get an award for not responding to the question?
No,
Aww.
you can't not respond. You have to say none of those.
Well,
I guess a confused face is
yeah, a confused face. It's just like, what? Made none?
Or say my favorite thing about Dot Hack is how they really explored this in GU was the 8 phases.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that this is where I said you have to get into background reading to understand this. Apparently, so the world is based on an epic, on a poem that in this world, it was in a larger book of poems, and it was the 99th poem, which means it's cursed. And this is why, like, bad things keep happening in the world, is because the story upon which that world is based is cursed. And it even goes into this whole thing where the creator of the game was in love with the author of the poem, and on her way to meet him, she dies in a car crash.
Aww.
And Aura is the daughter they never had. That's why he made her.
Dun dun dun. My heart just got torn out, and it's in the lava floor. I can't get that back now. I'm sorry.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But that was an amazing part of the show. They always found those hidden rooms where there's the man hanging upside down. He keeps saying the same thing until they mention the girl. And he's like, "You found Aura." It's like, he said something different. Oh my god, press this.
And like Aura was the coolest. Like I'll never wanted to cosplay Aura.
Have you
Maybe
done
Black
that?
Rose.
I would still like really push that.
No, but I'm pretty sure there's a fabric pile somewhere.
That was my phone. Don't worry.
My sister really wants to do Haseo.
It's gone. It's in the
that
lava.
would be cute.
She wants to be Haseo, and I wanted to be Aura. And that was like some back in like 2005. Back in those days, that's what we were talking about.
I've always wanted to do Adelie. I always wanted to do Adelie because she was like my favorite character that no one liked.
Yeah, because she was annoying.
But I liked her because of her backstory.
She was cute though.
She like her backstory was dark, and it's just like, baby, come here, let me hug you a little bit, please. Like, I liked her a lot.
Subaru was cool too. My sister really liked Subaru.
That's my friend Pat.
Oh my god, I actually need to dress up like
Giant
that.
And then the best thing, do you remember the golden chicken?
Yes.
She made that. She gave it to me.
That's
Nice.
amazing. I need that costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
That was great. I was in like Dot Hack fan groups and everything, and we were all just.
Sorry.
I was always
Kicking people.
I was always going to be Yada, was the one that I was kind of on the hook.
Oh,
for
really?
being. Yeah. But that was like that was like daunting to me because one, exposed chest, and I'm not super confident that way. But also he has these markings that really the best way to do it would be to put stencils on and then spray tan.
Yeah.
Because it was not like painted hard colors, it was like faded into his skin.
Yeah.
So we're just like, oh, this is already daunting.
Well, that's partially why I wouldn't cosplay Black Rose, because like that was too naked for me under 18. Still too naked for me. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I still would like love to see like more, and I think this is going to happen because like, yes, we're kind of having a renaissance of good animes again, but I think people are looking backwards now more. They're finding stuff to be a bit tiresome, and they're finding old animes. I've had this discussion with, cosplay friends of mine who are, 16 to 18, and they're looking for older stuff because they're a little fed up with newer stuff.
It's nice how some older animes are now getting kind of like a remake. They're getting a revamp, and they're getting re-released in like new animation and stuff like that. For example, Sailor Moon, of course, got the revamp.
We don't talk about that.
We don't call it a revamp either.
Okay, then I'll just skip that then.
It's just really unfortunate that Toei got their greasy hands on that one.
Are they the Japanese 4Kids? Have I missed something?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You may as well be. It's like a graphic novel, basically, because that's how much movement is in that show. It's really bad. I watch it because I'm obsessed with Sailor Moon and I feel like it's my sworn duty, but it's painful.
I will just skip ahead to maybe one more other one. I didn't mean to ignite a fire, like a passionate fire.
You just stopped watching it.
If you go to her cosplay page, half of it is Sailor Scouts. Were you expecting less?
Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry.
You are right that like it's nice that these things are getting revamps and stuff, but also that now there's things like Crunchyroll and Netflix is hosting some anime series, and like old stuff is getting put back online, so everybody can watch it or watch it again.
It was last night's gem that I found on Netflix. First 2 seasons of Inuyasha.
Are you serious?
What? I need to go.
Yeah,
do
you know
that
what?
now.
Like, Netflix is a gem for older animes, because if it was ever licensed in the US and Canada, chances are Netflix can pick it up really easily.
I think what happened is I think they like went through the subsidiaries because a lot of these older licensors aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
And just basically the licensing rights got picked up by bigger companies. And I think Netflix must have like a big deal with Funimation because a ton of stuff on there is
Oh yeah, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Fairy Tail even is on there as well.
I think One Piece is on there too.
Oh god,
I didn't see One Piece. I didn't see One Piece yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's soon.
It probably would be soon. Now that I really think
But they're
about
like,
it.
I think what they've been doing is posting like the first 2 seasons or first 2 parts of each of them. I think they're testing it because like if you're watching Fairy Tail, like there are like 400 episodes of Fairy Tail and you can get about 48 on Netflix.
See, that's now you know the reason why I refuse to watch Fairy Tail right now.
Too
I'm
long?
not going through that.
Too long? It's good. It's good. I think it's like I've like enjoyed it because it's a super fun way of playing with a world of magic. And that this idea of like they're in these wizard guilds and that's how they make a living. Like it's actually like it's not like, oh, they're just fantastic people. It's like the world knows they exist, and like basically like wizards are like people for hire. Like if you have tasks, you post to a guild and then you accept the jobs. But also I'm obsessed with dragons, always have been, and they have a really cool angle on dragons where the main character Natsu was raised by a dragon and taught their magic, so he is called a dragon slayer. And like and the dragon slayers are like really kind of fascinating because you meet like a few of them, and you know they vary pretty wildly in their personalities, but it's this really fun thing with Natsu where he says, "I'm Natsu Dragneel, the son of Igneal," and Igneal is a full-on dragon.
Don't mess with that dude.
Don't mess with
Well, but he's cool that way, like when he gets in a fight, but it's a bit stereotypical, like yeah, he's all about fire attacks and everything, but he is at the same time a dopey main character who eats a ton. Like he falls into some archetypes.
Anime.
Now I'm hungry.
That was one of my favorite things back when, and if Bleach was still running new episodes, I'd be watching it. I just didn't really have the dedication to keep going on the manga, even though it's been going and apparently got crazy. That was one of my favorite jokes from back then, is like every single male character who was a main character, and it's like a picture of them, and they're all just like eating a ton, and then it cuts to Ichigo, who does not have that vice. He's the one character who is like thin, well-built, actually knows how to fight, and does not have a thing about eating a ton.
I just dig that Netflix is picking up that kind of stuff, because that was the stuff we watched in high school. Like that was our anime club fodder, basically.
It's true.
Yeah, I like to the high school years. I say those were the golden age of Gonzo. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
I remember Gonzo. Yes,
Remember Gonzo?
I do.
And I love to talk about this because seems to be a thing that only I knew about, which was there was this small like cable network, depending on what provider you had, called Razor.
I remember Razor.
Do you remember Razor?
Yeah,
and
they had Samurai 7, they had Basilisk, they had, I think, Samurai Shampoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
one more that was my favorite. Trinity Blood.
I was gonna say Trinity Blood. Trinity Blood was just on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, they only had it for so long though.
This network did not last long. They were going for like they tried to be like an alternative network, and like all their choices and graphics and stuff were like they were the punk rock network.
Punk rock.
That was kind of their thing. It was all like about like graffiti looking things, and like they were trying to be edgy.
It's true.
But they played some pretty decent animes, but they were all Gonzo properties, and so. And I've said this before, but it was kind of the amazing golden age for me as a young anime viewer is YTV had a full anime block on Fridays called Bionics, which holds a special place in all of our hearts.
Oh, yeah.
And they had all the Bandai properties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Was licensed through Bandai. And so basically it was Friday nights, I took no calls. I'm watching anime. Nobody disturbed me. I would bite fingers. And then Saturday morning, there was another block of anime from all the Gonzo stuff on Razor. So, like, that was the best time to be alive for me.
I think for a lot of us.
It was, like, new anime that I hadn't seen yet, and it was, like...
I don't know. I'm feeling it right now. Like, I'm just in a swimming pool of anime.
Oh, and I'm in there, too. Like I said, I've got 5 shows I'm watching weekly.
Don't pee in the pool.
No.
Yeah, please don't.
And,
I want to enjoy those animes.
Yeah. The other one that I watched the first couple episodes, and it amused me because they took a different angle on things, was a show called My Love Story.
We started watching that, and it's great.
It is great. Like...
It's hilarious.
The fact that they set up the antagonist who is, like... And the point of it is, he's big and ugly. Like, that's...
He's not
And
ugly.
it's got, like, the little manga subtitles that... Not subtitles, but, like...
Yeah,
additions.
They're like
you
if they're expressing an emotion.
Novel. Yeah, but they're
subtext.
Hilarious. Like subtext. That's the word.
Yeah, subtext.
They do it so well. And I did not we watched it because we were like, "What the hell is this?" The one night, and it was hilarious, and we just kept watching it.
Yeah, and I think that one's like a good angle. Like I have a thing where I'm really sick of high school animes.
But this is not a high school anime.
No, it's a really like a summer of love type of thing.
But
like
it's
slice of life summer of love type
and
of thing.
it's poking at that idea, but it's also a nice it's refreshing that it's not like, oh, here is super sexy hot dude, here is like super beautiful kawaii little weird moe girl who looks like she's 12. Oh, they're gonna fall in love. It's like, here's this big gigantic sumo wrestler dude that everybody thinks is weird looking, who was fat in kindergarten, and watch him fall in love with this adorable girl.
Yeah, who bakes him things. That was the adorable thing.
And he is not sure how to navigate that.
Yeah. It is super adorable. Like it's on the recommendations list right now.
And it's drawn like a manga as well, which is really cool.
Yeah. Very rounded.
Yeah.
Features on people. Yeah.
Very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the lighting too. That's why I call it a summer love anime, is because anytime it has that white vignette around everything is usually only see it in a flashback.
Yeah.
But this is just it's constantly lit with that white vignette to express that it's summertime basically.
Yeah. Summertime and everyone's having emotions.
Yes. Whereas, and that's the thing, I've seen quite a few romantic comedy animes in my day, and some of them are all-time favorites, but then that freaking white vignette comes out, you know exactly where this is going. It didn't do it constantly, but it was a way to express that it was emotional times. It was a show called Please Teacher or Onagai Sensei.
I used to rent that. Never mind. I used to go to That's Entertainment.
Yes.
And it was in the hentai section.
I remember that.
They moved it. So I couldn't rent it anymore, so I never got to finish it.
I have it if you want.
Okay, I have to remember to
and I have the
watch
follow-ups at it, this is how into it I was.
Onagai Sensei, people, it's not a hentai, but it's close.
No. However, it does involve some weirdness with it's a full-grown adult woman who is falling in love with a boy, but he is actually of age.
But it is not a porn.
No.
The stuff in the this one time... No, okay, my mother had no concept of what I was trying to rent, and they used to keep the hentai like just 2 rows above the regular anime, but
Yeah.
it was all on the same shelf.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So you could
what you're talking
clearly
about.
see it. Like, you can visualize this because I'm sure you've been there. And so there's 2 rows of hentai, and then the rest is normal, and I'm looking at stuff, and my mom picks one up, and I didn't see what she grabbed. She comes over, she goes, Gina, isn't this the one you like? And it's Sailor Moon and the 7 Dragon Balls, which is not the one I like. One day I will watch that. Just for funsies.
And then you should talk to
Because
your
I'm a
mom
grown
about
up
it.
now. And then I'll tell my mom I'll let her know if it was the one I like.
It's just a crossover, right? That's all it is.
It's just a crossover.
It's just a crossover.
Sailor
right?
Mars and Vegeta, just best friends.
Yeah.
You're
Really
just
close
best friends. They do some macrame.
I turn into a
Everyone has a
monkey.
good
I hear
time.
evil spirits. Oh, we're great friends.
It's a good time had by all. Sailor Moon and the
Match made
7
in
Dragon Balls.
Uh-huh.
Don't watch it unless you're over 18.
Yeah.
Not sure what's gonna happen.
Sorry, I'm dying on the table.
She like face palmed and head desk at the same
Yeah.
time.
But that going back to the thing, but I don't even know where we went. That was kind of one of those shows that also did that. It was all about like the romance happened in the summertime, had that white vignette, but it was very colorful.
Yeah, it was. I
And I
really
liked
liked
that.
that anime. But it was one of those, like, I shut the door because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and it became like a bonding thing between like a couple of my friends because it was kind of obscure. Like not everybody
Yeah.
like found this show, and had an adorable. The woman in question is an alien. Like she's a humanoid alien, like perfectly human, but she is from another planet, and her spaceship is controlled by the most adorable little creature that just floats around and has a floaty ring thing that lets it hover and just goes.
We both made alien noises today.
Yep. And it was called Marie, and that was basically like it was the cute mascot thing that anybody I pitched that show to is like, even if they weren't crazy about it, it was like, but oh my god, is Marie not adorable?
Oh, I need to watch that again. I need to finish it.
Is-
I don't
if-
know what happens.
It's the climax is the feels. It's a romantic comedy, right?
Yeah.
If it does not give you the feels, it was not
Yeah.
successful in its purpose.
But it was still a little sexy.
It was totally a little sexy, especially when like the hilarious part is when you meet Mizuho's mom,
Yeah.
who is like an oversexed cougar.
Every anime ever.
And then her little sister is a Lolita. They just had everything.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
I think I might need to watch this.
it's even
really
got like I even enjoy the dub, and I'm really particular on dubs.
I can't remember if
I
I
am
watched
too.
the dub or not.
I did really enjoy the dub. Bridget Hoffman is the voice of Mizuho, who is also the voice of Adelie in GU. It's a lot of familiar faces.
Chelsea's sold.
Huh? There you go.
Sold automatically.
And like a lot of familiar voices, and it's like I actually like really enjoyed the dub. And then there's also a follow-up series called Please Twins, which takes place in the same town, and like the other characters make like appearances, but it revolves around a young man who 2 girls come into his life, and they're positive one of them is his biological sister.
Okay.
And so it's this weird labyrinth of they fall in love with him, but have to keep proper distance because there's a good chance they're blood related.
But only one of them.
Only one of them. And that's like the mystery of the show.
Game of Thrones!
Come on. Everybody knows what's going on. You're just trying to find a terrible segue into this because
Targaryens! They're all hot! They're all hot incest anime boys! I've been trying to say this the whole time.
She found her.
I'm in love with every Targaryen.
That was not finding a way. That was it boiled up and got out.
No, that was the perfect segue. Don't even.
High
They're
five.
beautiful blonde anime inbred
Inbred.
hot boys.
See now
You know what? I'm here to break that up though. Like, if y'all looking for someone who's not a Targaryen, hook me up, man.
See, but now you've ruined something for me, okay? Anytime
I
I'm
will
watching...
taint your bloodline. So, my boyfriend's probably crying in the other room.
You're like that spice of Dornish in the Targaryen tea.
Let me tell you about the Dornish. They're hot too, okay? Let's just put some Targaryens in Dorne, and then, like, I'll just watch that.
Well, you do realize this is like why Rhaegar's children would have been amazing because he had a Dornish wife. So that would have been...
This is what I'm saying.
Right?
Except, no, I'm not even going to get into it because then I'm just going to get a lot of feels about, like, Rhaegar.
My eyes
Rhaegar's
are
my
watering.
boo.
Rhaegar is amazing, and
Shout
that's
out.
like... That's, I'm just going to say it once because I've said it a billion times before. If you do enjoy the show and you are a book reader, read those books because you're going to get a lot of extra history, especially about the Targaryens.
Or if you're lazy, just Wikipedia Rhaegar Targaryen
Yes.
and Lyanna Stark.
Yes. And you get
You will
like...
cry a little bit.
Get the full bio on Rhaegar because he was badass, and the fact that he's a character who's been dead from the get-go is depressing.
Also, hot anime boy.
Hot anime boy, yes. He's like, for some reason, I see him being in Code Geass because every boy in there was like long blonde haired with like
Wind
striking
blowing
features.
consistently.
It was-
Help
it was
that
like-
by Clamp. Didn't help it was by Clamp, by the way.
Right? And it's kind of like in Kill la Kill how the Kiriuans can control which directions the sun is going. And Code Geass,
Targaryens could do that, I bet you.
with the wind to get proper fluff happening. It was a Vidal Sassoon commercial
I'm
all
sure
the time.
if the Targaryens were in an anime, they would just like put their foot down and rubies would shoot out of the ground. Like
And, like,
if
Something else with your gesture.
and no.
no, or like a girl would get a nosebleed and she would just like spout rubies out of her face.
Or
That's how they get the rubies.
And all of their dragons would have to be like Mushu sized, and they're just mascots who like do
And they'd
pyro
be-
for them when they
And
enter.
they'd be like super kawaii
Yes,
little
yes.
dudes.
Someone on the Japanese end of things, get on this
Make
right
a Game
now.
of Thrones anime about only the Targaryens.
We only want 10%. That is it. The rest is yours.
I just want some hot Targaryen anime boys in like body pillow format, please.
Okay, so basically we just need a custom body pillow maker too.
Somebody draw me Rhaegar Targaryen as an anime boy.
And it's like, but it would
I
have.
beseech you, internet.
You know what it would have to be, right? The shot of him has to be he's completely nude, but he's covered the naughty bits with his harp.
Or one giant ruby. Because that's even better. Not sure what to look at.
How did we get here?
And the other side of the body pillow is just a dragon. Like,
Show of hands, who actually owns a body pillow?
I have one at home that doesn't have a cover.
Okay.
I need a
It's-
body pillow cover.
it's not a body pillow, but it's like a half a body pillow, and it is a cat.
Okay. I
Well then.
His name is Spike.
Aww.
I guess I get the pervy award here. Mine's from Mickey Tosin.
Well then.
I'm surprised it's not
That's on
Sumiko.
Netflix.
Yeah.
They
don't have the-
suggested to me. I went and watched the first episode, and I was literally like, "This is fighting with clothes just exploding off of people."
Yep. It's the
So it's Kill La Kill.
No, it's Kung Fu Queen's Blade.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I love Queen's Blade.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Kung Fu Queen's Blade.
I am like the biggest pervert for watching anime. Like, let me tell you how much I love Queen's Blade. It's a lot.
And
Can I
the
tell
whole
you how
story.
much I totally agree with you on the pervert thing? I hope my mother's not listening.
Yeah, don't listen to this, Mom. It's too late.
and,
I am 21, so it's okay.
and Gina, where was that Ymir costume? You let me down.
I'm poor and I'm moving to Toronto.
Sounds like all of us here at this table.
And I haven't decided which of her outfits I want to do, but I feel like it has to be her first one because that other one I just have too much tata for. It's not happening.
Tatas,
Yeah.
there's too much.
Sure.
There's too much.
Much tatas.
You'll feel wrong
But
because
also,
you can't
like,
express that lolliness.
I'm also kind of like, oh, do I want to be Nanael or Ymir? It's a tough life choice. But it's gonna happen at some point. I'll get there.
Yeah, I was super proud because two of my friends, Zombie Bit Me and Sarah from Sci-Fi Candy, did
Yes.
their Queen's Blade costumes.
I was supposed to do Ymir with
And
them.
you're supposed to be Ymir with them. I would wanted you in on that video, and the video's doing really well.
You're
so.
a pervert. It's okay, we all are.
Who was that directed at? Because that could have been any of us.
That might have been directed at myself. I'm not sure.
Okay, it was like.
I'm a huge pervert. Does that count?
What's up?
I just drooled everywhere.
Jordan's
I'm
just like,
so
help.
Whatever the concept.
I'm
of
going into the lava now.
Yeah. Yeah. With Ikki Tosin, I think they're missing the second season, which is the most graphic.
Oh boy.
There are some straight up like 18+ moments in there.
Well, I mean, you can argue that for Queen's Blade too, but
Okay.
there's some suggestive
Let-
mist coverings.
No,
at
let me
least
put
on
it. Let me
Crunchyroll.
put it in this way. In Queen's Blade Dragon Destiny, you're just the only thing you're not seeing is the penetration. That is how explicit it gets.
Okay, I've seen Queensblade and Queensblade Rebellion.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Ikitosen.
I'm still in like the first season. Like, excuse me?
That's for Ikitosen. Queensblade is fine. Queensblade actually gets more tame. Rebellion like covers
It's true.
more.
Yeah, they do actually.
Yeah, they'll use
the
like
first one was way more. She had a snake for pants.
Yep. Echidna, she wore a snake as panties.
It is not even pants. It's just a snake.
It's
That's not clothes.
Her pet snake just covers her.
What are you doing? Someone get that woman some PJs. Like, I'm pretty sure she just doesn't have it figured out how to function in society. She's like,
oh, but
I just got this snake.
She's the wild elf. Like, it's her mystique.
But there's other elves, and they wear like leaves and shit.
No, one of them has to be told to wear
better.
leaves.
One of them wears underpants, one of them doesn't. But like, a snake is not clothing, people. That snake has a will of its own. It's not gonna stay there. Also, why are you putting a reptile in your butt crack? I feel like that is like animal cruelty to some extent.
God bless you, Echidna.
Like, that ain't right.
Right.
You're gonna get like a tick or something.
Do we even talk
Parasite.
about like our introduction to Malona with the squeezy milk acid?
Malona's not a real thing, though. She's not a woman who's decided to wear a snake for pants. Malona is like some magical, weird
Who is
goo woman.
who is called the protein assassin? Like,
She has
the connotation.
acid milk titties.
Yes.
I watched up to that point.
That's the first episode. I basically say you gotta get through that first episode. That is probably the weirdest.
It's
thing.
probably the weirdest, yeah. Like, once you get past Malona, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, Menace's staff is a bit creepy,
Satora cracks me up.
but like, at least he's aware of what's happening.
Yes. And but yeah, once they get into the second season Rebellion, they're like more tame. Like they have,
The characters have significantly more clothing,
true,
except Ymir.
and Luna doesn't wear much either.
Yeah.
And,
Luna
and
is...
there's that bit where she is like doing like the moon prayer dance, and she is in the nude, and they use strategic steam to cover
Yes.
her.
There's always strategic steam.
Yes.
I think everybody wants to be that steam. But Luna is like the Menace equivalent of Rebellion, I think.
Well, and then what about her very like phallic weaponry?
Okay, the Queen though has that sort of thing going on too. She's got like penis armor sort of deal.
Oh,
it's
in
not
the
even,
first season, yeah.
Yeah, and in the second season in Rebellion, she has it too. Like the Queen's thing is just this like phallus made of armor. So, I mean, it ain't the first time. But yeah, Luna's something. That's probably like, I would say, the most difficult character to strategic steam.
Especially because she's always doing like a very exotic dance, and then they bend her in some weird way. Like, yeah, the
She's
steam
like
just
hanging
happened.
out of a tree.
It's the magic bullet of steam that happens to cover her.
This world is very steamy, evidently.
That the Joys of Ishii anime, right?
It's fun though. It's, you know what, and it has a for all like the weirdness, the story is decent. Like it's you can follow it. The characters are relatable. Like they're good.
What I think is just I find that, and you jump in on this because I know this is your like favorite hotbed of issues. Despite all the like suggestive themes and like all the nudity, it does still feel pretty empowering to women because there's no guys in it. This is not guys subjecting them.
These women are fighting to become the queen, and no one is questioning them about that. All the people who are wanted, all the warriors who get called in, they are all women, and they are all kick-ass women, and they all don't give a shit if their armor breaks and their titties fly out because no one care, because they're just trying to kill each other. They're just trying to, like, get the shit sorted out.
Yeah.
No one's worried about being naked.
No one's getting objectified, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, for an anime that is clearly the purpose of it is to have some objectified anime titties all up in there, you can really argue that no one's being objectified in that anime because they all don't care.
Well, there are maybe a couple choice moments with our main character, but it's also because she's a princess starting out with a very sheltered life, so like she has like a few questionable experiences going out into the world. But again, that all comes back to snake panties, lady.
But everyone is like pretty serious business. Yeah. Like they're there for a reason. They are fighting, and they're not going to be like, oh no, I can't fight anymore because my boob fell out of my top. Like if you're in a life or death,
those moments. She's super modest.
If you're in a life or death situation and you're fighting someone, if your boob flies out, are you just gonna let someone kill you? Probably not. No. I hope not. No. So, learn from Queensblade people. If you're ever in a fight,
own your sexuality, but still be awesome.
Yes.
There you go.
Maybe don't wear a snake for pants, though.
Yeah. I think that moment was like, what were we doing? And that's why Echidna didn't come back.
Yeah.
It was like, that might have been a bad call.
Snake for pants.
Snake for panties. Hashtag snake for panties.
On a more savory note, we're dressing up as maids soon.
Yes, you definitely wanted to talk about this, and we're almost at an hour and a half. So
we should probably talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Con Bravo this year, for anybody who's listening who's going to Con Bravo, the three of us will be part of
that moment when the photographer is actually dressing up, guys.
Yeah.
It hurts.
It's serious business. We're not messing around here.
No, they're not.
So, a lot of people know or don't know. I'll just assume you don't. So, I am the co-founder of Cosplay for a Cure. You now know too much about me and my taste in anime. But needless to say, I help run Cosplay for a Cure. We donate a lot of money to the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, and Con Bravo is kind of our birthday convention, so this will be our third year, the start of our third year. So Con Bravo has been really cool and decided to give us a photo room instead of a photo booth like we normally run. So this is where the maid thing comes in. We're going to have several different stations that people can, I guess, visit and do photos in. Chelsea will be around the photo room and around the convention, taking photos of people in various settings. She will be in our maid uniform. It's gonna be super cute.
I'm actually really excited to be honest.
What was the last time you cosplayed anything? I'm like, this is groundbreaking.
Last time I cosplayed anything was, I think, 2012, to be honest. Perfectly honest, 2012. Well, when I thought I could cosplay a little Shota boy, and it was a terrible experience.
I did that once too. We don't talk about
Shota boys, because boobs
I forget that happened. I frequently forget that happened. But yeah, so it'll be like a little step up from your Sailor Mercury dress. It's like the next level.
Oh yeah, because then right after I have my own cosplay ideas for Anime North next year, so I'm actually really excited.
But it's really nice because it's like for people who are hardcore cosplayers in our crew, it's a little bit of a more relaxing step down because we're not there to be pretty. We're there to make sure that our patrons are having a good time.
Kawaii desu.
We're gonna be so kawaii desu.
I can't believe I just said that out loud.
Moe.
Let's not ever do that again until that.
You should be one of our maids.
Me? I apparently, like, one of my friends is like super obsessed with me dressing in drag.
Good to know. I'm so glad I have that information now. That's great.
I dress in drag all the time.
It's out there, but apparently, like, because I'm like so tall and kind of angular, apparently I have drag queen features.
We can make this work.
We
people.
can make this work.
We can make this work. We might have a what, 7th maid?
Lucky number 7.
And I am a lucky number 7 guy. You're actually winning me over here.
But yes, if you're coming to Con Bravo, regardless of whether or not you want to see some drag maids, we will be representing the Cafe Cure aspect of Cosplay for a Cure. We're still waiting on if we're allowed to provide treats, but we will at least have water. Because you know what's important at conventions?
Water.
Staying hydrated.
It'll be magical water, though.
It will be. We will make it super cute Moe water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely will taste better.
So we're going to put the blood of our enemies within that one. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
I was about to say, you could get the crystal light packs. You know?
Yeah, with like the raspberry ice one, you have like blood.
If you would like the blood of your enemies in it, we can work that out for you. But basically, we're just there to make sure that you're hydrated and that you're experiencing the photo room to the best that you can. We're probably going to have some lines. It's going to be busy. We're going to have a schoolroom set up, a bedroom set up, potentially a green screen. We're not sure. Our regular backdrop and Castle Blood will be in attendance with their own sort of spoopy backdrop.
Spoopy.
And then I believe Drew, photographer, is also going to be there. We're not sure if he's in a different room than us, but there will be lots of options for photos, and it's going to get a little crazy. So we're there to help you.
And I'm not taking photos. I'm just going to be there looking pretty.
I mean, if you want a photo with the maids, we can do that.
Yeah, like you can
for an extra donation. Because this shit ain't free.
If you want to see Chelsea in a maid outfit and you want to get a picture of that, please, by all means, donate.
It is like spotting a unicorn.
The nice thing about the photos with the maids is we will take any donation for that. Mm-hmm. So if you have pennies that you don't want anymore, we won't like you, but we'll take them. If you got some nickels, if you got a quarter, if you need to make some change for laundry money, we'll take a $5 and give you some change. Maybe not $5 in change, though.
You gotta skim a little off the top because sometimes
you gotta take a little off the top.
Sometimes charity's
It is all our proceeds go to charity, and we're hoping it's gonna be really fun. This is our first time trying this. Mm-hmm. We're hoping it's gonna be us. Ideally, Zombie Bit Me is in on this, and 2 other cosplayers, Yepa, and I don't think Momo has a cosplay name.
So we'll just call her Momo.
We're just gonna call her Momo.
Yeah, I know Yepa. I went to school with her.
Yes.
She's adorable.
She's our etiquette coach.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen her in so long. The last time I hung out
she's
with her
just
was
like
forever
the
ago.
she looks like a maid all the time, but she's just like the cutest little redhead. So
I've always wanted her maid outfit, and now with doing this, I get to
we
wear
get
that
her maid outfit.
oh yeah.
But we're gonna have, like, if you're down for the archetypes, we're there. We got some Megane, we got some Loli, we got some, I don't know what Chantel is, but she sure is good looking.
No, I'm sorry. Like, she cannot turn it off. Is like
That's
I did another photo shoot with her. It's actually gonna be a promotional. It's gonna be out as promotional stuff for Sci-Fi Candy, because Sarah from Sci-Fi Candy made both of the bikinis for Chantel's Anime North costumes.
Yeah.
So we did a little video and a little photo shoot that is going up for that. And like, I am not a great photographer, but if I'm taking pictures of Chantel, it doesn't matter.
Because she does all the editing.
She does all the editing.
She does sweet editing.
She is just impossibly good looking.
And while Chantel may not be available to edit your photos, we sure as heck will decorate them with fun stickers. Mm-hmm. So come out,
and just
if not for
glitter.
the photo booth aspect, for the cute maids.
Yes.
And potentially baked goods. We don't
Fingers
know.
crossed.
We don't know if the convention is down with that, but I'm going to smack some people around.
As long as they don't have, like, any peanuts, I would think. You know, food allergies are a thing, right?
It's more of a, it's not so much an allergy thing, it's the convention loses money if we bring our own food, sort of deal. The convention center loses out, essentially.
Does that convention center even have, like, a food area?
From what I understand, they can supply us some things, because it's a conference hall, right? So if there's a conference, usually it's catered. So it's just working around, are we allowed to bring our own food, or would they have to cater? Are we allowed to be handling it, or would their staff have to? It's something about, like, bringing our own food into the venue and selling it. Even though we're not making any money, there's some issues there. Okay. So we're just waiting on confirmation. We will at least have water, and a little rest station for people who want to rest. And we're hoping it's going to be a good time. We hope to raise a lot of money and a lot of awareness. And we're just really pumped to be maids. life goal.
I do know that the usual cafe that they do have at Con Bravo by Knave of Hearts, they always have, I believe, their own baked goods. So I don't see the problem with us bringing our own either. So I guess it's just a means of talking to Con Bravo.
And that is what I'm in the middle of. So
I'm sure Mark is very easy to persuade.
I think the main point is, with us, it's for a charitable event. We're not making profit. It's a not-for-profit organization. So that might give us a little bit more leverage.
I think so.
And it's a little bit out of my hands. Like, I'm literally just waiting for the confirmation. So
right on. Alrighty. So if you guys are at Con
the
Bravo,
logistics.
yes, if you guys are at Con Bravo, you better go see all these adorable young ladies in maid outfits and give them the monies for good cause.
There won't be bikinis, but there'll be cute maids.
If you want to see cute maids, please by all means. It won't be the only time you guys will see me in that maid outfit. I'll be sure to wear it no matter
If you
how
want to
it
talk,
It'll be a Friday
If
thing.
you want to talk about Queen's Blade, we'll talk about Queen's Blade.
Totally. So few places you can do that, and to top it all off, you'll be talking with maids about it. Like,
literally,
shut
there
up
is
and take my
nothing
money.
better. Come to our cool photo room.
So yeah, guys, definitely go check that out. And I said I've known Gina, and I know a lot of the other ladies from Cosplay for a Cure. They're all awesome, and they're all doing very good works. So go over and support them. And yes,
Thumbs up.
definitive nods. Okay,
Definitive nod.
all right. So yeah, we're over an hour and a half here, which is glorious, and I was expecting nothing less. But if everybody wants to be getting back to their nightly ablutions, do you want to wrap it up here?
All right.
Okay.
I guess so.
All right. I could talk to you guys forever, but
Part 2 coming soon. Yeah.
I'll you guys can come back on anytime you want. You know that.
Next time there will be cake.
Oh my god,
And
please.
tea.
Hey, I'll bring tea.
I'm out of most tea. That's
Okay,
what
so
I said.
I'm gonna provide the tea.
Okay.
Okay.
Next time, Chelsea's house.
Yes.
All right.
my place.
There's
Sweet.
no lava,
But there's a cat.
which is better.
Yes.
Cats.
Alrighty. So yes, thank you everybody for tuning in to another Otaku Crypt podcast, and we'll go around and everybody can say their name and where to find them online and everything, and say bye, Chelsea.
I guess I've been designated first person this time. This is
I'm
excellent.
going. I went this way. I'm going back.
Of course, this is Ailes Noir Cosplay Photography. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Don't find me on DeviantArt because that hasn't been updated in years. And World Cosplay.
You should just go straight back and check out your live journal. There's lots of good stuff on there.
I have a life journal.
No, I was hoping you did because that was even older.
Excuse me, what? Wow, something for future reference.
I was hoping for something old like live journal.
Yeah, definitely I don't have that. But anyways, you can find me on those social media links, and I'm pretty sure Josh will provide them somewhere. I can't really point because this is not a video, so it's just,
It's really weird.
It's a weird disco thing happening. She's just pointing
yeah,
everywhere.
I'm just pointing everywhere. So wherever this link is
Lava
going to
dance.
be, by all means. But anyways.
And I am Gina G of Red Ribbon Cosplay. My Facebook is facebook.com/Red Ribbon Cosplay. Don't follow my Twitter, it's a bad time. My Instagram is The Red Ribbon, and I have World Cosplay as well. I have DeviantArt, which, and you can find me on a new website that is kind of up and coming. It's called We Are Cosplayers, and I've just recently been invited to it. It looks like a really, really neat, it's like a mix of Twitter and Facebook almost. And it's looking to be pretty cool, but there's very few people on there right now, so I definitely suggest any cosplayers listening should seek out an invite for that.
Wow, I should have listed off my links.
And I'm Jordan from GreNoir Arts and Cosplay on Facebook. You can also find me on Twitter at GreNoir Arts. I know it's kind of awkward to say. It's GRENOIR, because me and Ailes Noir just like to be French and stuff.
Yes.
Maybe.
Very French.
Maybe.
And I also have a World Cosplay, same thing, GreNoir Arts.
Awesome. And I, of course, am your host, Joshy T. Once again, surrounded by nothing but girls. I'm starting to think I have no guy friends. What's going on?
I think we need to get on that.
You gotta get a one-on-one with Dan.
Yeah,
I did have Dan on. That's true.
Nathan DeLuca.
I do.
Yes.
I want to talk to Nathan. He's a really cool dude.
Nathan's actually a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does a good
I'll
job.
get him on, I'm sure. So, I am your host, Joshy T, and you can find all of our stuff on the social medias. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all Otaku Crypt, but mostly everything is going to the main website, otakucrypt.com. You can find everything there, our videos, our reviews, and there is going to be some great new content coming up soon. And, of course, you can find this podcast here. So, we are signing off, and we will see you, Space Cowboys.
Pantsu off.